Yes, that's right. That was really cool. Pond Life, which is quite similar to your Vegas extra content that you did on Misfits. There was Pond Life, which was mini episodes that do 2 minutes episodes, which gave you what the ponds have been doing since you last saw them, and then that actually led to a cliffhanger. And I think what we are learning, and I kind of alluded to before, is when it's linked to the narrative and you're going with the narrative that's very linked to the show and is of the values of the show, that's when you get the best response. I can't remember what it was, but there was a show that gave a kit of content out there and got fans to create their own trail, and I wish I thought of that.
What about the fan here at the end, the super fan? What's blown your socks off?
I think the thing that's blown what? I think I've blown my socks, I still have my socks on. But I think the thing is, I think it's fan interaction. Just going back to it, and I keep going back to it, but I'm always blown away, especially with Twitter. I don't know how many of you have Twitter at all, probably all of you. But it's just the reaction on there before, during and after an episode of Doctor Who or anything, actually. I mean, I've been on there after Sherlock, even after Misfits, and you just see the reaction that fans have and just their sheer enthusiasm for things. And I think the one thing I wished I invented Twitter, because I think I'd
get a ticket and wait in line.
I'd be sitting in a gold chair right now, I think, probably. But yeah, so I wish I invented Twitter.
Anyone else?
Yeah, what we see in Italy, I think that Italy is a completely different market with respect to UK, US. I mean, that works very well with live blocking with the program, mainly with the first episode of the series. We launch something like that, and we discuss with the marketing team, and live blocking works very, very well. It's depends the kind of the series and the target too. So we have seen something that would be with a very, very young target, and the strong activity on social network during the program, and depends on the drama, something that we have discussed before. But we think and we tested that live blocking works very, very well.
Matt, anything that's really?
I think I quite like a lot of the sort of user-generated content, just because it feels that people watch their show and go away. I think my favourites are on YouTube when people do mashups, particularly with the Sam and Leash relationship, and also Nathan and Kelly. And the amount of time they will spend, they cut together all their scenes together and they put it. We've talked about putting it onto the sort of Facebook page and e4.com, but for sort of music rights issues we can't, because some of those films are great. They're the best trails for the show ever. So I think, when you see fans really engaging and spending, hours and hours putting together these sort of cool trails, I think good user-generated content is a pretty cool thing for a show to get.
Excellent. Okay, I'm going to turn the hand over the microphones to the floor to you guys, and here's your chance to ask these guys any questions you want. So, do we have any questions? I think we're going to have to put on our unless you've got to ask a question in English. Oh, hello, sir.
Hi, this is Matteo Nicoletti from Metro, Italy.
Hello.
And my question is, the second screen dilemma is to develop an app or to work on social media, because there's no standard platform, so there are tons of apps, full iPads, full smartphones, and so I think that social media that has a strong base of users can be maybe the killer application for social TV.
What do you think of that? So do we need one that kind of does the job, or is it a mixture of loads of different ones? Is it to the broadcasters come up with the killer app, or?
Hi, Mattia. I'm waiting for this kind of question. Yeah, he told me before to enter the theater. I say, okay, I have just a question for you, and I'm very happy to answer you. Maybe we can go deeper during the dinner, but what we tested for Fox, and I told also before, I think that the driver should be the content and social activities. So we're seeing, we try to boost and push and insert specific content exclusive content, the engagement with the people also in terms of social activities very, very high. And I think that we have to boost this kind of activity with different mobile, different tablet, and different television activity with bumpers, spots, something like that. But my personal idea is something that I discuss every day with my colleague to create a nice user experience with the app. The first thing that you have to develop is the content. I think that as everybody told, and so I don't want to bother you with content is the key, will be the key in the future, and we've seen every day. So and then you have to be able. I know that you, Mattia, worked very close with the team in Fox Italy, and thanks for this. And this kind of content have to stimulate the social activities. I completely agree with you. There's a lot of app on iTunes Store, Android, everywhere, and new app every day with the different comment, different contests, everything. But for my point of view, we have to develop, and the discussion that we did every day with my colleague of programming, of broadcast, that have a different point of view, respect the digital guys, is to find the best content for this kind of devices. I think this is the key. And then, if the content is the key, the software, the device is the King Kong, as Maffei, an Italian professor, told every day. So we have to find the right balance between the content and the right activity on the social.
Okay, so we're looking for King Kong, yeah?
Yeah.
Good. I like that. Anybody else want to comment? Harriet?
I haven't actually got any direct experience in second screen apps, but with Torchwood, Jane Espenson, one of the writers, did a blog on a website called After Elton, and she basically, as the show was running, she would be writing up her kind of production notes of what happened in the writer's room, what people were discussing at that point, what happened, some of the bits behind the scenes when they were filming, how she feels it worked after all. And if you looked at what viewers were saying, they absolutely loved having that real-time information. And so I can see, and I think, I mean, I already do it without being a second screen app, but you know, I don't just watch TV anymore, I'm always doing something, or if you see something like, who's that actor, you go and Google it, you know, so people are kind of doing it. I think what we've got to get our heads around is this part of our marketing activity? Is this something we can sell? Do we actually need to do it if there's so many other places that this information is already coming from? I haven't really thought enough about it to know the answers.
Great, thank you. Anybody else got a question? Lady at the back.
Hi, I'm Sabrina from Produzioni Mentali, that you can translate like movimentas, if you want. And I am an independent website, and this is my second job. The journalist is my second job. My first job is helping you with your work, because I sold to Fan the merchandise of Doctor Who, Sherlock, and serial in general. And I want to ask about the critical moment that is living by the serial, these three serial in this moment. We have the Misfits with a completely change of the cast, and we have Sherlock that have a long distance between the various seasons, and Doctor Who has just changed companion, so a very beloved companion. So it's a critical moment. And by the side of your work, how you can keep the attention of the fan in this moment that is very hard, because I'm very in touch with the fandom, because I talk to them with them. And for example, a lot of Misfits fans said things like, I don't want to see the serial anymore because all my favorite characters are gone. And so how you can handle that? What's your program, your secrets, your... tell me just what you gonna do.
Okay, so I think Sabrina's just asking about change. So we experience change, characters come and go. myself and Matt were speaking about this before we came out. Guys, how do you react to fans' unhappiness with change?
I think there's not a lot we can do about it. I think, well, again, we just have to make the show as good as it can be. And I think, you know, I know people, they miss Nathan from Misfits, and this is the first season without Sam and Alicia. But actually, when we're developing the new series, it's exciting. You know, we've got 2 great new characters. You know, that might be, you know, there's a lot of great things happening in the show. And I think to keep the show fresh and exciting, I think we've got to have confidence in the Misfits world and the format that it can exist without 1 or 2 key characters. And I think it does. And I think season 4 is a fantastic series. And I'm sure people will miss the old characters, but hopefully they'll grow to love the new one. So we've just got to keep making the best show that we can.
I think the beauty of Doctor Who is refreshing the cast is written into what the whole premise of the show is, and that's one of the absolute beauties. There are very, very few programmes which has that, and the fans embrace it, and as much as you mourn the loss, and rightly so, of a much loved character, there is written into the canon of the show the excitement and the fresh take that a new one brings. So there isn't really any tricks, luckily, with Doctor Who, because they get it, that's what it's about. So that's really a fantastic part of that show.
Sebastian, do you share the frustration of the fans?
Yeah, well, yeah, but the thing is, if you're a fan of Doctor Who, you have to be aware that it is a show about change. That you're liking the wrong show if you're not aware of that. But the thing is, the most important thing is to allow fans the opportunity to express their frustration or unhappiness, or in the latest case, broken-heartedness of having to say goodbye to a companion or even a doctor in some cases. But it's very important to have that channel for them to be able to express themselves, for them to say that they're unhappy and share with other fans. I mean, I'd be like getting, like, for instance, last Saturday we were getting tweets at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'd be waking up in bed, I'd be getting a tweet from fans saying,